Byron,
Recording.
Ghostface, Unnotorious. What's your topic this week?
Yeah. Yeah, so this was meant for episode 2, but unfortunately, my internet decided to tell me to go fuck myself. My topic for last week and now this week is horror atmospheres. I think an atmosphere in a lot of horrors can enhance everything about the movie or just completely take the tone away. So a good atmosphere for a horror movie is something that I personally look forward to. A
For sure.
couple notable ones. You obviously knew this was coming. Alien,
Yep.
Ridley Scott's 1979 Alien. I believe to have one of, if not the best atmosphere in any horror. Um, it builds tension throughout the entire movie, just so you can see a glance of the xenomorph, and when it comes, the claustrophobia just piles in, and it's airy throughout the entire thing. So I love that movie, no matter what. It follows, I believe, to have one of the best tension building atmospheres of all time.
Agreed.
I mean, just the title. I'm like, oh fuck. Um,
I reckon
so
that the
yeah,
music adds to that
yeah,
wholeheartedly. Yeah.
absolutely. Like the hallway scene, and it follows that. Yeah, that gets me every fucking time. The lighthouse, I find to have one of the most unique atmospheres. It's built out of a lot of dread and discomfort, and I think Robert Eggers, one of my favorite filmmakers, I think he thrives in that space.
Absolutely.
Uh, Dario Argento, pretty much all of his movies carries the same
Do you have
level.
music on in the background, by the way, Byron? Don't worry, it might just be picking it up from another room or something. It's all
I
good.
don't know. Well, I have this over my ears and my headphones over my
All good.
ears.
All good. Continue.
So I'm trying to, yeah, but Dario Argento's Suspiria,
Yep, I
I
had that.
think they have one of the most stylish. He's definitely, in my opinion, the most stylish horror director of all time, and the atmosphere that just comes with that. And The Descent, the last one I'm gonna say, The Descent is much like Alien, just built of dread and claustrophobia
Yep.
so goddamn much. I mean, you could put yourself in those shoes, being in a cave like that, and you see those fucking things.
Hmm.
Oh nah. So yeah, those are some of the ones that came to mind when I thought atmosphere.
Hell yeah. I love that. Ash,
Yeah.
what are some that come to
He
mind?
he tackled most of the ones I wrote down, but
Yeah,
the
same.
ones that you didn't, I wrote down The Witch because even though I don't like, I think it's a good movie. I just don't find it as amazing as other people. It's a little bit too much of a slow burn for me personally, but the atmosphere definitely kept me engaged, and I think that it is again the Robert Eggers style. I think he really thrives when it comes to horror atmospheres. So I wanted to mention that one. I also put down The Shining. I don't know if
Yep,
you'd
I had
call it
that
an
as well.
atmosphere, but to me, the color palette, the suspense of building everything up, and just kind of how it makes you feel, I think it really builds a nice, scary atmosphere that really does build that psychological like tension throughout the movie. And then I also wrote down Night of the Living Dead. I also thought the story was a teens boring for me personally, but the atmosphere was killer. It was so good. It was definitely very eerie, very creepy. At one point, somebody's like lit on fire and running around. Like it's definitely very intense zombie movie. So I definitely appreciated the atmosphere there.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, you guys have said majority of them. A couple to add. One that, so in terms of atmospheres, it's all about the setting, right? And it creates that sense of claustrophobia, that paranoia, and that like haunting, terrifying feeling. The outpost in the thing is amazing because it's that sense of isolation is brilliant, and that's kind of what is the same with The Shining, the Overlook. That sense of isolation really brings it. This festival in Midsummer, I think, is amazing.
Hmm.
I love Hereditary a little bit more, but the festival in Jesus Byron, that's so fucked up. Um, the festival in Midsummer is sublime in terms of one of the best atmospheres in horror. You couple more that because everyone's already mentioned. I think the school in Suspiria is fantastic.
Yes.
The community in Get Out, or it's basically just the house, but I call it the community because it's like kind of everyone in there. I think is so damn good. That like
I
that
wrote down Get Out as well.
Yeah, it's so creepy, and then like that one scene where it's like everyone's at the house is kind of like dictates that entire atmosphere. How you're just completely on edge the entire time. Um, there's a found footage film, but the Blair Witch Project, the whole forest in the Blair Witch Project is incredibly terrifying. The whole, mainly because like you don't really see anything throughout the entire film, so it's kind of the atmosphere and the sense of paranoia that kind of brings that horror. Like we just they're camping in the middle of the night trying to go to sleep and they're hearing screams in the background and or they go out and all they see is just like empty woods. Horrifying. So whenever I go
Hmm.
camping nowadays, all I think of is the Blair Witch. And finally, the apartment building in Rosemary's Baby, where
Good one.
by the end of it, you realize everyone's in on it, so that you rewatch that again, and the atmosphere is even better because you're looking at it and like everything's planned out. Everyone's talking to them for a reason. This whole environment that they're in is planned. I think that's so damn good. So yeah, atmospheres in horror are very, very important, just to convey a sense of horror, a sense of terrifying nature. Like jump scares are great if they're done well. Acting and storylines are brilliant again if they're done well. But the atmospheres in horror very much are as important as anything.